Have you ever thought about immigrating to Canada through an investment? It's a thought that's crossed the minds of many, and for good reason. Canada, with its robust economy, diverse culture, and breathtaking landscapes, offers a wealth of opportunities for those looking to make a new home. But it's not just about the lifestyle. Canada is also a hotbed of investment opportunities, making it an attractive destination for those looking to grow their wealth while enjoying a high standard of living. The process of immigration through investment is not as daunting as it may seem. It's a journey of several steps, each one bringing you closer to your goal. From understanding eligibility criteria to preparing your application, submitting it, and finally, the steps to take post-approval. In the following scenes, we will delve into the step-by-step process of how to immigrate to Canada through an investment. Stay tuned, and let's embark on this journey together. Before we start, it's crucial to understand if you're eligible for this immigration pathway. Now, let's dive into the eligibility criteria for immigrating to Canada through investment. It is not a one-size-fits-all process. There are specific requirements you must meet to qualify. Let's break them down, one by one. The first criterion is having a net worth of at least 2 million Canadian dollars. This should not be a result of any direct inheritance. Instead, it should be the fruit of your own entrepreneurial activities. The Canadian government wants to ensure that you have the financial capability to make a significant investment in the country and also sustain your life there. The next critical criterion is business experience. You must have at least 2 years of business management experience in the 5 years preceding your application. This experience should involve planning, managing, and controlling both the financial and the human or physical resources under your supervision. Next, you must express your willingness to settle in Quebec. This province offers a vibrant culture and a strong economy, making it an attractive destination for potential investors. However, the choice to live in Quebec is not arbitrary. The Quebec Immigrant Investor Program is the only Canadian immigration program that allows you to immigrate through passive investment. So, your willingness to live and invest in this province is a key criterion for eligibility. Now, let's move on to the language requirement. While it is not mandatory to speak French or English fluently, having a good grasp of either language will certainly enhance your integration into Canadian society and the business community. Lastly, you need to pass the medical and security examinations, which are standard procedures for anyone wishing to immigrate to Canada. These are in place to ensure that you're in good health and do not pose any security risk to the country. So, there you have it. These are the primary eligibility criteria for immigrating to Canada through investment. Once you've confirmed your eligibility, the next step is to prepare your application. A successful application is key to your immigration journey. So, how can you ensure your application stands out? Let's dive right into the essentials of preparing your application. One of the most significant requirements is a detailed business plan. This is your chance to showcase your business acumen and your commitment to contributing to Canada's economy. The authorities are looking for well-thought-out, feasible plans that demonstrate your ability to create jobs and stimulate economic growth. Next, you'll need to provide proof of financial resources. This involves demonstrating that you have sufficient funds to support your business venture and maintain your lifestyle in Canada. This could be in the form of bank statements, investment portfolios, or any other financial documents that clearly show your financial health. Remember, the more transparent you are, the more credibility you add to your application. Character references play a pivotal role as well. These are testimonials from individuals who can vouch for your character, integrity, and dependability. They could be from former employers, business associates, or even respected members of your community. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. A clean criminal record. This is non-negotiable. Canada places a high value on the safety and security of its citizens, and any criminal history could potentially jeopardize your application. So, it's important to ensure your record is clean. If there are any past issues, it's always better to consult with an immigration expert who can guide you on how to navigate this. Lastly, good health is a must. You will need to undergo a medical examination to prove that you are in good health and don't pose a risk to public health or safety. Keep in mind, every single document you submit adds weight to your application. It's like building a house. The stronger the foundation, the more resilient the structure. With a strong application, you're ready to submit it to the immigration authorities. So take your time, cross all your T's and dot all your I's, and prepare to embark on an exciting new chapter in your life. Submitting your application is a significant step, but what happens after it lands in the hands of immigration officials? Well, the first thing that happens is a thorough review of your application. This includes a detailed check to ensure all the required information is present and correct. They'll scrutinize your financial records, your business plan, and all the other documents you've submitted. This is a meticulous process, and it's the first hurdle your application has to clear. Then, depending on the specifics of your application, you may be called for an interview. Not every applicant is asked for an interview, but if you are, don't panic. The interview is just another step in the process. It's a chance for the immigration officials to clarify any points they're unsure about, and for you to make your case in person. It's best to approach this as an opportunity rather than an obstacle. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the time it takes for the application to be processed. Unfortunately, there's no hard and fast rule here. It could take anywhere from a few months to over a year. This is because the processing time varies depending on a host of factors such as the volume of applications, the complexity of your case, and so on. But here's the crucial part. While it's only natural to be anxious during this period, remember that patience is key. This isn't the time to second-guess your application or fret over every passing day. Instead, take comfort in the fact that you've done your part. You've put together a solid application, and now it's up to the immigration officials to do their job. And while you're waiting, why not use this time to plan your new life in Canada? Learn more about the country, its culture, and its people. Start drawing up a plan for your business or investment. Because once your application is approved, you'll hit the ground running. Once your application is approved, you're one step closer to becoming a Canadian resident. And that's a moment worth waiting for. Congratulations on your approval. So what's next? Well, the journey doesn't end here, my friend. There are still a few key steps to be taken before you can call yourself a Canadian resident. Let's dive into them. First things first, you would need to make the required investment that was part of your application. This could be in the form of a business investment or a donation to a designated Canadian fund. Remember, this investment is a crucial part of your immigration process, and failure to complete it could jeopardize your immigration status. Once you've made the investment, it's time to take the next step, obtaining your Canadian immigrant visa. This isn't as daunting as it sounds. You'll need to apply to the Canadian Embassy or consulate in your home country. They will guide you through the process, which typically involves providing your passport, photographs, and completing some paperwork. Now here comes the exciting part. After obtaining your immigrant visa, you're almost at the finish line. The final step is to become a permanent resident of Canada. To do this, you'll have to land in Canada. You can choose to do so at any port of entry, such as an airport or a land border crossing. Upon landing, you'll be greeted by an immigration officer who will verify your documents and ask you a few questions. Don't be nervous, they're just standard procedure. It's important to be honest and answer the questions to the best of your ability. Once the officer is satisfied with your responses and all your documents are in order, you'll be granted entry into Canada as a permanent resident. You'll receive your confirmation of permanent residence, or PR, and your PR card will be mailed to your Canadian address. It's a thrilling journey, isn't it? But remember, it's not just about the destination, but also about the journey. Embrace every step, every hurdle, and every triumph, because they're all part of your new life in Canada. And voila, you are now a proud Canadian resident. Immigrating to Canada through an investment is a significant decision that can open a world of opportunities. We've walked through each step of this process, making sure you're prepared to embark on this journey. We started by talking about the eligibility criteria, which include being an experienced business person and having a significant net worth. Then, we moved on to preparing your application. This includes choosing the right investment program, gathering necessary documents, and crafting a compelling business plan. After that, we discussed the submission and processing of your application, emphasizing patience and consistency. Finally, we touched upon the post-approval steps, which include setting up your investment and making the move to Canada. Remember, each step is crucial and requires careful planning and attention to detail. The path to Canadian residency may seem daunting, but with due diligence and a robust plan, it's more than achievable. With careful planning and preparation, you too can embark on this rewarding journey to Canadian residency.